In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make takoyaki flavored octopus. If you absolutely love octopus but have been scared to prep it or cook it, I'm going to show you exactly, step by step, how to prep, braise and char octopus to perfection. This is my takoyaki flavored octopus cooked in dashi. Let's get started. First up, we need to defrost the octopus. You can do this in the fridge overnight, or just put it in a water bath or like some cool water and it'll slowly defrost. You're gonna find the octopus at your local fishmonger, or some supermarkets actually do it. So check the freezer section in your local supermarkets. Most octopus actually come from Spain, so it's a Galician delicacy. But what this dish is really gonna encompass is the Japanese flavors of octopus. So first up, what we need to do is blanch the octopus 3 times. This is gonna make the tentacles actually curl and give that beautiful shape on the plate. So make sure you've got a boiling pot of water on and we're gonna blanch him in. Take him by the head, don't be scared, and pop him straight into the water. You're just gonna dip him in for a little bit and then take him out. You can see how the tentacles are already starting to curl. Okay, so as you take it out, the tentacles are going to curl up. I'm going to do this for a final time. You can see they're all getting super curly now. Yeah. Let's do it one more time just for luck. Okay. Then you can remove the octopus, allow it to drain slightly, put it back on your tray, and we're going to portion it up now. You can turn your pot back onto a low simmer. So just put it on a low heat now. Pop these here. Right. Let me show you how to portion up an octopus. It's not as scary as you think. So we're going to be using the tentacles for this dish. So you want to feel just below where the eyes are. So here are the eyes. You've got to feel just below where the eyes are, and that's where it's got your beak, the beak of the octopus, and that is not edible. So we need to just remove that. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to be able to feel it. You see this little hard piece? You just want to take that out. We're not going to be able to use that in this dish. So I'm just going to remove the beak, and because we can't eat that. It's not edible. We're not going to be using the head for this dish either. Fine. So you can take these tentacles and kind of like splay them out like a flower or a star. And we're going to be carving the tentacles up. So you're going to carve each one up. Make sure you've got a sharp knife at this stage as well. And just carve them up. You can also leave them as a 4, just because if you want to eat them as a 4, or if you want to, this is a great size for a starter. And if it's a main, you might want to use it 4 pieces, depending on how hungry you are. Okay, so I'm going to keep 1 as a 4 and 1 as tentacles for starters. And we're going to add mirin and soy to the pot. So the mirin's going to give it a little bit of sweetness, and the soy is going to act as your seasoning. And then I'm going to add in a square of kombu. Kombu is a Japanese seaweed, and it's got the most intense amount of umami per piece of ingredient, and we're going to add this to add beautiful umami flavor to the stock. If you can't find kombu, it's not the end of the world. You can just do without, but it does really add something extra to the dish. Then we're going to add in our tentacles. Just drop them in, as well as the 4. And we're going to allow that to just simmer and braise for about an hour to 2 hours. It's going to depend on the size of the octopus. You're going to know when it's ready, when it's beautifully tender. To check this, I'm going to be using a pokey stick. This is actually an olive pick. So I'm just going to push this into the octopus, and it's going to go through easily. So that's going to show that it's absolutely tender and it's ready to serve. You can also use a small knife if you don't have one of these. So I'm just going to braise this for about 2 hours, and we're going to come back to it later. I'm just gonna check on the octopus. It's been cooking for about an hour and a half. And you wanna push it through. Push your pokey stick or knife or anything you've got, any utensil that's sharp, and you can see that it's easily going through. So we can just remove it, place all the octopus tentacles on a tray. Oh, got the full one as well. And it's now gone this beautiful purple color. I just love it when the octopus changes the color. And you go fishing for the last one. Here we go. Excellent. You can just allow this to cool slightly. And what's really great is I love to actually serve the octopus with a little cup of this octopus broth just on the side. So if you strain it off, it's delicious just drink on the side as a tea. When you cook octopus, you need to do 2 cooks. So we've done our slow braise, and the second cook is the really hot, fiery pan. I'm actually gonna be using this griddle. If you have a griddle pan, that is perfect. If you're not using a griddle pan, then you can use a heavy base frying pan as well. We're gonna get this griddle super hot. It's gonna be screaming hot. So then when you add the octopus, it gets that beautiful char. I'm just gonna wait until that heats up. And in the meantime, I'm gonna make one of the sauces that we're gonna top the octopus with. For the sauce, it's really simple. We're going to be adding a tablespoon of ketchup, a tablespoon of oyster sauce, a teaspoon of Worcester, or Worcestershire, don't really know how to say it, and then a tablespoon of brown sugar. Give that a bit of a mix. And that's going to be our takoyaki sauce. The sauce is ready. I'm just going to stick it in a piping bag to drizzle over the octopus later. Perfect. And then, yeah. Now our grill is screaming hot. I can drizzle over a bit of sesame oil over the octopus. And we're going to put a little zhuzh and then add our octopus tentacles. I mean, look at that. Looks so good. Straight to the grill. Can get a bit smoky, so make sure you got your extraction on. They're gonna cook for about 5 minutes until the outside. You wanna get it blackened and charred. That's the real flavor. They're starting to smell excellent already. We're gonna char them on one side for about 2 minutes and then flip them and then char them on the other side to make sure you get that really crispy charred flavor within the octopus. I mean, look at this char. This is exactly what you want. It's been crisping up for about 5 minutes. You can see that all the tentacles are getting that little burnt texture. I'm gonna pick this up, give them a little rest on the plate, turn your hob off, and it's time to plate up. Right. I'm so excited about this. It's so good. You can just gently put that onto the plate. And now we're going to be using a couple of sauces just to dress. I've got some Japanese mayo, but you can use whatever mayo you want. If you make your own mayo, excellent. And sriracha, as well as the takoyaki sauce we made earlier. I'm going to go in with this one. So we're going to do a light drizzle. Of the takoyaki sauce, and then a bit of sriracha. And then finish up with your mayo. This looks epic. I'm gonna finish this dish off with the furikake. I made this in a previous video and it's exactly what you need to finish this dish off. It's got that right level of umami, crunch and nutty sesame. That's my Dashi Braised Octopus with flavors of takoyaki.